Welcome to Trending Update USA, and I am Steffan, bringing you another deep dive tennis breakdown that fans around the world have been waiting for. As today we focus on Coco Gauff and the predicted schedule that outlines how her 2026 WTA season might unfold. As the American superstar continues to rise, fans, analysts, and sponsors are watching her every move with intense interest, especially after the way she evolved through 2024 and 2025. 2 seasons that saw dramatic progress, new rivalries, and a greater sense of maturity on and off the court. Now, with 2026 fast approaching, speculation has begun about how Coco will structure her journey across the tournaments, the surfaces, and the challenges that will shape her battle for more Grand Slams, more ranking points, and more dominance in the sport. And today, we take you step by step through what that season could look like, why these choices make sense, and what fans should expect as Coco Gauff continues her mission of becoming one of the greatest American champions of her generation. As always, this is not just about listing tournaments, but understanding the energy management, the strategy behind surface transitions, the pacing of the season, and the rivalries that will come into play. When you speak of players like Coco Gauff, Aryna Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, Jessica Pegula, Elena Rybakina, Naomi Osaka, Emma Raducanu, Qi Wenjing, and other rising forces, the scheduling becomes critical, because every event either builds confidence, opens ranking opportunities, or risks physical burnout. So the predicted schedule is based on patterns from her previous seasons, coach decisions, fitness planning, brand obligations, and the realities of the WTA calendar. Coco is expected to begin her 2026 season in early January, likely choosing a warm-up tournament before the Australian Open. Historically, she alternates between Auckland, Brisbane, and Adelaide, depending on her fitness and travel strategy. For 2026, predictions point toward the Brisbane International, because Brisbane usually offers a strong field but a more manageable environment for players who want a balance between preparation and match intensity. Starting in Brisbane also gives her access to faster courts and a comfortable lead into Melbourne. Analysts believe Coco will aim to get at least 3 to 5 matches under her belt before the first slam of the year, especially given how she tends to gain confidence through repetition rather than rest. The Australian Open will then become her first big test. Over the past few years, Coco has shown improved hard-court strength, better serve numbers, and increasingly mature tactical decision-making under pressure. Her deep-run goals for 2026 will likely involve at least a semi-final appearance, and possibly contending for the title depending on the draw. But as we know, Australia has historically been unpredictable with extreme heat, surprise early-round upsets, and unexpected drama among top seeds, making her performance one of the must-watch stories of January. After Melbourne, the WTA swing will shift to the Middle East, where Coco is expected to play either Doha, Dubai, or both. Based on prior seasons, she may prioritize Doha, which usually provides a balanced field without excessive travel strain, followed by Dubai if she needs extra match fitness or wants to chase ranking points. These tournaments also matter because they often feature matchups against frequent rivals, Swiatek, Sabalenka, Rybakina, and Jing. Winning in this region can set the tone for her momentum leading into the all-important Sunshine Swing. March will bring the prestigious WTA 1000 double feature, Indian Wells and Miami. Coco historically enjoys the American atmosphere and crowd support, and 2026 is expected to be no different. Indian Wells, with its slow hard-court conditions, rewards patience, physical endurance, and strategic depth, qualities Coco has grown into beautifully. Her predicted schedule absolutely includes Indian Wells, where she is expected to aim for at least a quarter-final or semi-final appearance. Miami, however, is the one that carries special weight, not only because it's her home tournament but also because the conditions suit her athletic style, favoring fast footwork, resilient defense, and counter-punching transitions into offense. Analysts predict that Miami 2026 could be one of Coco's strongest opportunities for a big title early in the year. Then comes the transition to clay, which is often considered the trickiest part of the season. Coco's clay court game has developed tremendously, especially with her improved forehand stability and her comfort extending rallies. Her predicted schedule includes Charleston as her opening clay warm-up. This is a friendly environment for American players and provides a softer entry into the clay season before heading to Europe. After Charleston, Coco is expected to compete in Madrid and Rome, the two most important clay WTA 1000 events. Madrid's altitude favors bigger hitters, which means matchups against Sabalenka or Rybakina could become explosive battles. Rome, meanwhile, has historically been dominated by IJ Swiatek, so Coco's goal there will likely be to test her clay fitness against the toughest possible opponent in tough, humid conditions. All of this leads to the second Grand Slam of the year, Roland Garros. Coco Gauff's history in Paris includes deep runs, emotional breakthroughs, and some of the most entertaining matches of her young career. By 2026, she is expected to be one of the top contenders again. Her predicted performance goals for Paris will involve reaching at least the semifinals, and depending on her form, possibly the final, or even winning the title if she can overcome the Swiatek clay challenge. Paris rewards movement, stamina, and mental toughness, areas where Coco continues to evolve. At Roland Garros, the psychological battle is often just as intense as the physical one. After the clay season, the focus shifts to grass, arguably Coco's most interesting transformation surface. Her predicted schedule for grass begins with Berlin or possibly Birmingham, depending on how much rest she needs after Paris. Berlin is likely because it attracts top players and offers strong match preparation before Wimbledon. The grass season is short, but every match counts, especially when fine-tuning footwork and first-strike tennis patterns. Wimbledon 2026 will once again place Coco under the spotlight, as her history with the tournament, dating back to her breakthrough as a teenager, continues to be one of the most emotional storylines in tennis. With improved serve reliability and net play, Wimbledon could provide a legitimate slam opportunity for her. After Wimbledon, the tour returns to North America for the most intense part of the season, the summer hardcourt swing leading to the US Open. Coco is expected to play Washington or San Jose as her opening event, followed by the Canadian Open, either Montreal or Toronto depending on the 2026 rotation, and then Cincinnati. This is the period where Coco often peaks physically and emotionally, as the American crowds energize her game, giving her the confidence and momentum she needs heading into New York. The US Open 2026 will be one of the biggest storylines of the year for Coco Gauff. As a Grand Slam champion already and a global sports figure, expectations will be massive. She will not only be competing for victory but also dealing with media pressure, fan expectations, and the emotional weight that comes with being the star attraction for the American crowd. Predictions suggest that 2026 could be a year where Coco aims to reclaim or deepen her dominance on home soil. Whether she faces fierce rivals like Sabalenka, Xing, Osaka, Swiatek, or Rybakina, every match will carry intensity, storyline, and historical significance. Beyond the US Open, the schedule moves into the Asian swing, including potential events in Tokyo, Beijing, and possibly Wuhan or Shenzhen depending on the calendar structure for 2026. Coco's predicted schedule includes Tokyo for consistency, Beijing for ranking points, and possibly one additional tournament for match rhythm. The Asian swing has become one of the deciding parts of the WTA rankings over the past decade, and her performance here could determine whether she finishes the year as world number 1 or at least among the top 3. Finally, if she qualifies, and she almost certainly will, Coco will play the season-ending WTA Finals, which is expected to be held either in Riyadh or another major international host city. The finals will bring together the top 8 players, and as always, every match will feel like a Grand Slam quarterfinal or semifinal. Coco's performance at the finals often reveals how her year evolved, where she improved, and where the next season will take her. And that is the projected journey of Coco Gauff's 2026 season, a season that reflects her maturity, ambition, and potential to continue rising as one of tennis's biggest icons. Her schedule highlights the strategic balance between Grand Slams, major WTA tournaments, rest periods, and opportunities to face her biggest rivals. Fans worldwide will be eager to see how she handles the challenges, how she elevates her game, and how she positions herself in tennis history. This has been Steffan on Trending Update USA. Stay tuned for more updates, more tennis insights, and more in-depth sports coverage as the season approaches.